So it looks like we have a lot of gay people in Congress now. We have Tammy Baldwin, openly gay woman, lesbian, first in history to be elected as openly gay to the U.S. Senate. But you might be thinking, well, she's the only one there that's gay? No, no. Mitch McConnell, hello. And there are others as well. I mean, there are plenty of gay senators who are closeted. Oh, fuck them. We don't really care about them. But the problem is that they always vote for these anti-gay things and all that, and they do. And like I said earlier, we can't do anything about that. It's their fetish. I mean, these closeted homos have fetishes that they can get away with, being gay or having gay sex. I mean, they don't think they're gay. They think they're just fooling around and having a great time behind their wives' back and having all this butt sex and enjoying it, and the fact that they can live a very public heterosexual lifestyle with wife and kids, and that's all part of their fetish. I mean, it's a turn on for them. It's a huge turn on. It's part of their sexual role playing. It's a fetish. But in Congress we have how many? I think it's eight or something like that. Let me see here. I have an article here that talks about that. Number of gay members of Congress double. The number of out members of Congress is said to increase to historic levels following a series of wins during the November 6th election. When the 113th Congress convenes in January 2013, Democrats Mark Pocan of Wisconsin and Sean Patrick Maloney of New York will become the latest LGBT Americans to serve in Congress. California Democrat Mark Takano, who will become the first out person of color, which is Asian, elected to Congress, is also expected to win his House race. Representatives Jared Polis, David Cicilline, both won re-election Tuesday, bringing the number of LGBT, and there's no T here. There's no transgender, and they still put the T in there. I mean, no offense to the transgenders, I'm just trying to be correct. Bringing the number of gay people in the House to at least 4. A winner has yet to be called in the House. Well, actually, Kristen Sinema won, so you're going to have to include her in that. And that will be what, 6? And Barney Frank is retiring. He's going to that nice Fire Island resort, get some young booty. Barney Frank, he's into a lot of these like young guys, and the fact that he's cheap. I mean, this Barney Frank guy, he's fucking cheap. If you heard of all these stories of these guys, like they meet him up for sex, and he wouldn't pay for the taxi when they, for the taxi fare. I'm like, you're a fucking congressman, You're making money, not only in Congress, but outside of Congress. I bet you are. With all your investments and insider trading that you were committing. And so, you couldn't spare $20 for your tricks to get to your home and back. Couldn't spend $20 on taxi fare? Come on, what the hell's the matter with you? And then there was that story that Barney Frank didn't want to pay that ferry to Fire Island, to the gay resort in New York. He didn't want to pay the $1 fare. $1 he didn't want to. What kind of fucking cheapskate are you? Believe me, I wasn't proud of Barney Frank. When I used to go out to these panels all around California, talk about gay issues to high schools and mainly colleges and universities. And they always talk about, oh, what do you think about Barney Frank? He's the first gay person in Congress. I'm like, oh, come on. Don't compare me to that cheapskate. To that little slut. And a lot of gay people like him. They say, oh, well, he did a lot of good things. I don't know. I don't know about that. I mean, he tried to do things, but his hands were tied mainly during the 2008 meltdown. But he's trying to say, well, it was too late for me to do anything, blah 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 blah. When he was chairman of the banking committee, finance and all that, and he couldn't really get things together. Because if he was Barney Frank, if I was Barney Frank, I would get all the Lehman Brothers, all these hedge fund hyenas, all these robber barons of Wall Street, and I'll line them up in a hearing, and heads will start to roll. Heads will start to roll. I'll try to be the champion against Wall Street, but Barney Frank didn't have the balls to do that. He didn't have the balls to do anything. And Dodd-Frank, what does that do? Nothing. And some people might disagree with me. That's fine. I don't really care. But the thing is that if we're going to have an openly gay person in Congress, that's fine. And I wasn't that against Barney Frank. But if you ask me, are you proud of him that, as a gay person? And I would say no. I think there are better, more sophisticated gay people that we could be proud of, that are selfless, that actually do the right thing, And if you want to look at political hacks like Barney Frank, I don't know. It's not really my cup of tea to compare myself or to value whether I embrace my sexuality because we have an openly gay congressman, Barney Frank, and Congress. No. It doesn't come down to whether we have gay people in Congress. It doesn't. It's just how Americans value equal rights for gay people and everybody else. I mean, that's what we really come down to. I mean, that's the meat and potatoes there. And you can say, well, gay people in Congress, they can have their own perception. They can introduce more pro-gay legislation, but that's not going to happen because, hello, the teabaggers control the House of Reps. So we have a problem right there. So anyway, I just want to say congratulations to all the new Congress people who got elected this election. And I'll just say this, don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up. Learn from the mistakes of others. Don't be a cheapskate either, because that's so pathetic. I'm not a cheapskate at all. Except when it comes down to abuse. When a stranger comes up to me at a gay club and says, hey, buy me a drink, that's a whole different story, because then you're just abusing me. But if you're going to come to my house and we're going to have amazing butt sex, and you deliver, of course, I wouldn't mind paying for the taxi fare if I have the money. Well, I mean, what's the problem with that? What's the problem with paying $1 for the ferry to travel to Fire Island? It's only $1. No, but I'm Barney Frank. I shouldn't pay $1 to go to the Fire Island. And then he had that surgery. I don't know if you recall that. He had that surgery, and he went to the Congress, to the House floor, to talk about a bill or something like that. And he had to wear this shirt, this like loose shirt, t-shirt, not a regular collar shirt with the tie. So he was there with this blue. I don't know if you've seen this on the internet. Go look it up on Google. Barney Frank. And what happened was his man boobs were showing right through the shirt. And he has huge man boobs. That guy, totally. And I'm like, what the? Is this what we're supposed to be proud of? This old cheapskate with man boobs. I don't know. But anyway, I hope these new fresh blood will make us proud. Tammy Baldwin will, I don't know what she is. I mean, she's a member of Congress. What she supported, I don't know. The thing is, if we have more gay people in Congress, shouldn't they be pressuring the teabaggers and doing things that make sure that Boner, the House Speaker, doesn't fuck it up and we can actually pass something in Congress this session? Or are they just going to sit on their asses and blame it all on the teabaggers and say, oh, we have teabaggers, so we can't really do anything about it? No, do something about it. Do something about it. What do you mean you're going to just sit on your ass? See, that's what I hate about partisan politics. Instead of trying to convince a few other people from the other side and say, hey, look, I don't know what you can do. Blackmail, I don't give a shit. But do something. Get some Republicans on your side and force Boner to release and bring to the floor some of these bills. That's what will make me proud. But nah, I don't know. Let's see what happens.